Yo, what is up? What is good? Welcome to the channel. Hope you have a great day. Remember, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. I'm posting 2 new videos every Monday and Thursday, and you don't want to miss out. All right, as you can see, we are up at the gym right now. And in today's video, as you saw from the thumbnail, we're talking to girls at the gym. We are going in, the guest that I have today, I met her back in my Get Fit days through Jared and Alex through their energy bar company, Vibe Energy. Abby, she's very strong, very humble. Most importantly, she's very confident in what she does. So can't wait for y'all to meet her. When I DM'd her to see if she wanted to collab with me, I was very excited and like hyped to have her on. So she's on her way here, but as you saw, we got the pre-workout mixed up. I went today with the rainbow candy. Remember, that first link in my description is my support code. Use that link, use code Ryan10 at checkout. Save you some money, support your boy, and it's always appreciated. Other than that, let's get this workout. Cheers! Here we go. All right, well, I could tell you I already gave you that brief introduction. Walking through the gym, we got Abby here. Abby, introduce yourself real quick. Let them know who you are.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm on Instagram as well, and I do TikTok. I am a personal trainer through ISSA down in Boca Raton.
Sweet, all right, so like I said, I met her through Jared and Alex through Vibe Energy. And so now we're gonna get in this workout and get warmed up, and then we're gonna let you all get to know her a little bit more. All right, so you know, first that's always gonna be shoulders. All right, so first question, keeping it super simple. What got you into fitness? How long you've been doing it? Like, what are some of the goals you're trying to hit with them?
So I've been an athlete most of my life. I did track and field and water skiing and cheerleading when I was growing up. I had a little bit of a hip injury when I was 16. Told I couldn't really run much anymore, so I got into weight training. I weight trained a little bit when I was younger, and then just kind of started that. I started following Marie Wold and Amanda Bucci and Emily Duncan. Saw that they did bodybuilding with like little sparkly bikinis. I was like, I wouldn't do that. And now I do sometimes.
I love that. And so what do you think, what are some of the pros and cons of like bodybuilding and weightlifting for you?
So pros, it helps me be more emotionally stable. I love like coming in here after a bad day and like kind of working out the emotions, whether it be anger, sadness, whatever it might be. But also like I walk out happy almost every single time. Some of the cons, fitting into different clothes. They're not really built for girls with shoulders, a lot of shirts. But the cons, that's probably about it.
I love that. So far, just from that first question, if you're not feeling that energy, if you're not feeling like that enthusiasm for fitness, like you're wild, because she's bringing a lot of it right now. We're gonna be hitting up the back and buys next, so let's get into it. So back's getting done, we're getting ready for the biceps. But next question I want to ask is like, what's your opinion on like dating within the fitness industry versus outside?
So I'd almost say like pick your poison and pick it wisely. With the fitness industry, you know, you have people that are doing things that are like common to you. They're watching their diet, they're, you know, overall looking at their health, but then you also have people that are on steroids. Nothing against anybody who does steroids, but it does tend to, you know, mess with your emotions. And with that, you know, it's not just your life anymore, it's somebody else's. So I always like take that into account. But also when you date outside the fitness industry, you have people that are like, well, you look fine, you don't need to go to the gym. And it's like, okay, I might look fine, but I want to go to the gym. It's something that I enjoy doing. So yeah, it's like, it's nice to be able to share that thing. You just have to make sure that they're in it for the reasons that you are. I'd say that's the biggest thing.
And so we also touched a little bit on it. So do you think, as far as you, like, if a guy would try to approach you in the gym, do you think it's a go-to thing or a negative thing or a positive thing?
It really depends how somebody handles it. I mean, the other day someone came up to me and they were like, mad respect for what you're doing, like, you're super awesome. And that, like, is a compliment. I'm like, oh, like, thank you, that's very kind of you to say. Like, they're not coming at it like, oh, like, your body this or your body that. So I wouldn't necessarily comment on the woman or the man's body necessarily, and more so just, like, say that, like, look, you're working hard, and, like, I appreciate that, and, like, go from that aspect.
And then do you think, I know you said, like, we said, like, if you're in the gym, like, don't talk to me as far as, like, trying to pick me up in the gym. Do you think there's a line that someone could say that's like, you know what, I'll give you my number right here on the spot kind of thing?
I wouldn't say like there's like one specific line, but I would always say is like, wait till either the person first gets there or they're stretching at the end. Don't do it mid-set, don't do it mid-workout. I understand you might want to talk to that person, you might really want their number or whatever it might be, but wait, because if you catch them at a bad time, timing's everything, especially in the gym, and if it's a bad time, you're never gonna get that number.
It's a very true point. Like, fellas, mid-set, don't approach. Even during that rest time, don't approach.
Wait till the end.
Strategize, be strategic. Let's hit those biceps. All right, the pump cover is off, we're working now. So do you think, next question is, do you think it's tough for women to get into weightlifting, like having that stigma, like you can't be too strong because you are a woman, you have to be like feminine?
Yes, 100%. I mean, people even jokingly with me sometimes say like, oh, like don't get too strong, you don't want to hurt yourself. And I've never been around guys talking to each other saying, oh, don't get too strong, you don't want to hurt yourself. And like, yes, I understand they're probably just looking out for you or whatever it might be, but there's definitely that stigma of being too, whatever it might be, too muscular, too strong, anything too much. But you know, that's all personal preference. You know, there could be somebody with big, nice cap shoulders and, you know, their significant other not think it's too much at all, but if somebody else does, it's all personal preference.
And then, so what's one of the things that like motivated you to keep going, to really like block out that negative talk that it's not pushing you in the right direction? So how'd you block that talk out?
I just realized that it's my body, not their body. It's my personal preference, and if they don't like the way I look, it makes no difference to me because I like the way I look.
That's the damn truth. And like I tell you right now from working out, like I know she's holding back a little bit because we're doing the interview, but she's strong as hell. We're gonna be hitting the triceps next. All right, again, we're getting there, hitting up legs next. But as you can see, like I said earlier, like she's very strong, very motivated. So like obviously there's a level of confidence. So how did you build that confidence over time, or have you always been that kind of confident of a person?
So while I am confident, I don't necessarily consider myself to be the most confident person in the world. I get anxious a lot. I'm like shaking in my boots most of the time actually. But ultimately, like, especially in the gym, you know, I put on my headphones, I blare my favorite type of like crazy headbanger music or whatever. It kind of comes with it. It definitely is something that comes with time as you maybe get stronger, whatever it might be, become more experienced and more confident in yourself within like the lifts and knowing that like, you know, I have the good form and I have this and that. I think that kind of helps build the confidence. But confidence never came really easily for me. Like I said, very anxious person. But I guess I do a really good job of hiding it.
Now she's being a little too humble. She's not hiding. Like, I think you're a confident person. I think you're mad strong. And I think like, even just meeting you through social media, like, even when I first met you, you were a little quiet. But in my mind, I was like, there's an inner beast in there somewhere. We're gonna hit those legs coming up next. So as you're setting up for this one, what's something that keeps you motivated? Because I know, like, especially in fitness, there are times where you're not feeling 100, you're not feeling your best, you're not feeling like you're making any gains. So what keeps you motivated to keep going?
I have a couple of different things that I do to help with motivation. One, look at older pictures of myself and be like, okay, if you've gone this far, like, you need to keep going. Two, I love those, like, I think it's Machiavelli motivation videos of just like people screaming about getting bigger and better. So there's a couple of go-tos for that. And then three, working out from pain, you know, using the things that you've gone through in life. And it could be anything that it's like, any hardships, whatever it might be. Use that as motivation, you know. If it's something you're going through or you've been through, thinking about that. Maybe thinking about it isn't the best thing sometimes, but if it gets you through the workout, chances are it's probably bettering yourself.
And then do you think that, like you just brought up, like working out through the pain, do you think like making sure, like forcing yourself to go through that workout, I'm a big advocate of it. Do you think that is a good, I guess, medicine to get through whatever you're like fighting through or you're like struggling through?
I mean, I definitely think it's a step in the right direction typically. I would definitely say that it's not gonna make anything worse. It's not gonna hurt yourself. It's not, if anything, it's just gonna better yourself. Maybe even get your mind off of it for a little bit. Maybe it'll be a better outcome, maybe. So.
I love that. All right. If you look at my face in this, you can realize I've never done this workout before in my life. She said, Ryan, I'll fuck you up today. I've never done that before. It was extremely hard. As I was walking away, it felt like Bambi. But what's something that, so like you found, like we were talking about, you found out early, like you found your motivation as far as like people to look up to. Mm-hmm. What would you tell yourself to someone that's what would you tell someone that's looking up to you right now? Like I said, we know you have a big following. So what do you tell the people that are looking up to you and what you're doing?
Always remember where you started. Never be too hard on yourself. I mean, it's very easy to walk into a gym and see someone who has your quote-unquote dream body and be like, oh my god, I just want to look like that. Like, why can't I look like that? But, you know, take those progress pictures and realize that you are on your way to being that person. It takes a long time. And also something that I always remember and like think to myself is like, do it for the little girl that started. Do it for your younger self who, you know, truly wanted that, and always keep that in the back of your mind. And then you'll not never lose motivation, but when you're like, do it for your younger self, do it for the younger women that are struggling to find their place in the gym, and kind of help pave the way for them.
We can just end it right there because that was perfectly put. Like, even doing it for your younger self, like your younger self doesn't have to be 12-year-old you. Your younger self could be your day one starting today. In the future, this is your younger self, and that was extremely well put. Last thing we're gonna do, if you were to tell yourself one piece of advice that you know today to your younger self, what would it be?
One thing, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I mean, I know it's kind of a cliche, but there's days where you feel like you just can't go on, whether it be you're so sore or you're hungry or you don't think you can eat another meal because you're bulking so much. Or if you're going through something horrible, traumatizing, whatever it might be, just show up. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and you've gone through every day that was your hardest day, and you'll continue to go through every day that's gonna be your hardest day.
You survived 100% of the days you thought we were going to beat you already, so go beat another one. So last time, let them know where they can find you on Instagram or any other social media platform.
So my Instagram is Abby, ABI_Emelina, EMALENA_fit, and he'll link it down below.
Facts. If y'all made this far in the video, thank y'all so much. Remember, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'm posting 2 new videos every Monday and Thursday. You don't want to miss out. Other than that, hope you have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. See you at the next one. Peace.